Hey everybody, and welcome to a Lefty Knitter podcast. This is episode 215. My screen looks a little cloudy. Let's pause. Okay, unpaused. I'm not quite sure if it was cloudy or not. I have a cat who wants to say hello. Tuna. Luna Tuna. You want to say hi? Hi. Alright, my name is Aquila, and this is a primarily knitting podcast. Other crafty stuff, but mostly fiber related, yarn related items. So let's get started. Today is Saturday, the 12th of August of 2023. And I think I said episode 215. I think I already said that. We're in Baltimore, and yeah, I try to record through the week and post on Saturdays. I really have not many other clips to show you. Apologies. I worked on like one project this week. One. Do you want to guess what it is? It is my Streamline tank. Now, I cast this on, I don't even know. I finished it in like 12 days. No, probably even less than that. I will look it up and I'll put it right here. So, I blocked it yesterday, and I will show you guys a glimpse in just a moment, but let's insert video now. Random video here, just out of the shower, and I put my shoulder straps on needles before I sewed them together. Oh, you can't really see that one, whatever. Oh my god, I'm trying to do this in a mirror. I feel like blocking will block it out longer. I measured it though. So it would be belly. I measured it, so the armhole to here was supposed to be 13, but then when I just remeasured it, it was 12. It's cute though. It's cute, and it's not been blocked, but if I make the straps longer, my bra is gonna show, because my bra is like right there. So I feel like I can't make the straps longer. Like, I was trying it on to see about the straps. Now, there's belly button for reference. So it's not terrible. It's better. It's better than that other tank top. Okay, so I'm not mad. I almost wish I made the neck size up, but I haven't blocked it yet. I'm not sure how much blocking is going to help with this material. So, alright, I guess let's bind off these arms, the straps, and see where we're at. Block it and do that. Do the blocking thing. The last time you guys saw it was here. So, I made a lot of progress. Alright, so I showed you guys that little clip. I did end up blocking it before I put the shoulder seams together. I wanted to get an idea. So I didn't block out the shoulder seams, the straps of the shoulders at all. I only blocked the body. I figured the weight of the garment, not really very heavy, but I figured the weight of the garment is still going to pull on those straps, so I didn't want to do that. I'll let it naturally do that. So that's what I did. And I did construct this in the round for the most part that I could. The pattern is written flat, but there was a lot of people who had made notes on how to put it in the round, and it's a free pattern if you use the blog, and it's a paid for if you purchase it, obviously paid for, duh. The bottom edges, it's a split hem, so those are flat, and then you join in the round. And then once you get to the top where the armholes split, you got to start knitting flat once again. So I ended up using all but 28 grams. So I used 170. No, hold on. I gotta recalculate that. Okay, I had 28 grams left, and that's where I was screwing my numbers up. So I used 172 grams. I was using 50 gram balls of the Elizabeth Lavold Hempathy yarn. So this is the color Bright Lime Green. They're 50 grams. They're 153 yards. Considered a 2 fine, but on Ravelry, they're considered a DK weight. So it calls for a DK weight for this tank top. I guess before I go any further, let's do a quick outfit change. So, here we are. So the lighting's not the best where I am right now, but I wanted to show you guys. So like I said, I didn't block my straps really aggressively. I also did a sewn bind off on the top, not quite a sewn bind off, a whip stitch bind off. I did bind off the edges and then I did the whip stitch seaming is what I did. I thought about doing the 3 needle bind off, which other people had done, and I just chose not to do that because I wanted to block it and I didn't want all the stitches on hold, so I just went with it. I did decide after I tried it on yesterday when I talked to you in the previous clip, I did 4 extra rows on each of the straps before I bound them off. So, sorry, let me show you now the outfit. Oh, you're not still gonna be able to see it. Okay, let's just do this. So here's my belly button. I have my pants pulled up to where that is. You can barely see my bra straps. Okay, so what would I do different next time? Well, let's talk about that. I'm going to take this off actually, and then I will show you guys. Actually, real quick, can you see? You can't see through this fabric, and I was really worried with the bigger needle that you would be able to see through it more. I think I would have stayed with maybe the needle that it calls for in the pattern because I actually kind of got gauged with that. So let's get another costume change, outfit change, and talk about this, and I'll show you guys and talk about it a little more. So there we go. But I really do, I do like it. John actually really likes it. Let me just preface, John likes it. I wish maybe I didn't do those extra straps. I was trying to get a little more length. That's what I was trying to do. And I'm making the straps longer. I made the armhole longer, which then, you know, it's not terrible though. It's not, I've seen some people complain a lot more about it, so you have to really be careful about your armhole depth. One more turn. I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna wear it. And we're back. Sorry. I just want to be able to show you a few things. Not many, but I do want to show you the garment not on my body to show you something, and I couldn't do that while it was on, so that's why we did another costume change. Could I have made the body longer? Heck yeah, I could have. But I was nervous because I did make the body, I think, almost a whole inch longer before I started, I'm trying to remember. Did I do it before or after? So at some point, you start doing this. Detail. And I believe that may have been where I added in my length. I'm not quite sure if I did that or if I did it once I got up to here, because you're not then increasing the width of this design here where your armholes are. I may have did it here, but I did a whole extra inch. Granted, if I would have used the bigger needle, like, you can not see through this. I mean, you can see through this, but when it was on, you could not see through this, right? So I feel like I could have probably went up. I could have used the recommended US 7 versus the 6, which is what I went down to. I fear that if I would have went up the garment size, because I did the 4th size, which was a large, if I went up a size, I wouldn't have had enough yarn. So it was a win-win for me because I kept it at the size that I wanted to do. But I feel like the garment would have been a little bit bigger if I would have went up the needle size, and I probably still would have had, I probably would have had less yarn, but I feel like it would have evened out. It would have been fine. It would have worked out. Ugh. All right, so other than adding on a couple extra rows, you can see that's where I kind of whip stitched it together. It don't look bad. That's the outside, that's the inside. It's at the top of your shoulders. I mean, people aren't really like looking at that. The other thing I wanted, this is why I wanted to take it off, because I think people are really leery about weaving in their ends on a garment. I'm going to turn it inside out, especially on like a linen or a cotton garment where it's harder to do that. It's not harder to do. I think people worry about being able to see it. So I'm going to find the spot where I picked up a new thing of yarn. Well, that's one. Okay, so on this one, I wove in my end going this way, go down, go that way, and then I wove it down this. Now, yes, if you can weave it into a spot where there's the side detail or this detail, that's probably better, instead of doing it where it's the flat garter, or not garter, but the stockinette, or reverse stockinette. Let me find the other. This is my preferred method of weaving in. This is what I did on my other linen garment. So when I did it, I wove it down bumps, over, up the bumps, over, down bumps, over, up bumps. So yes, on the back side, because this is the back side, the inside, you can see it. But against your body, and you're wearing it, okay, the fabric's a little bit thicker. You can see that right off the bat, right? Sorry, I'm covering my mouth. I apologize. You can see that there's, like, it's thicker. See it? You can see it with the white behind me. But when you have it on, you can't see. You can't see it. You can't see it. It's fine. So don't let that intimidate you about your ends. I think a lot of people are really nervous about that. So yes, I was probably intimidated the first time I made my first linen garment, but I had already done it once, so doing this didn't intimidate me. So I have 5 other colors. I might make myself another one of these. I really, really, really liked it. I like this detail, but I could probably get rid of the side detail. I'm not, I could change it up a little. So I hope I got like a good screenshot when I was wearing it. If not, I'd have to do it again. But I could hold it up like this. Hopefully, if I don't have one, I'll just hold this. All right, other than that, I went to meet with my knit group. Oh, I need to take something out of the oven. Hold on. Okay. Sorry. Went to my knit group and I was showing them the next pattern I want to make, which is the Misurina, and I showed you guys my colors. I'll insert a picture here. It's Caitlin Hunter top, and another one of my friends was like, that's also in my queue. Let's do like an informal knit along. So we're gonna do that. And then a couple other people, I think, from my knitting group is also going to join in. So I think there's like 4 of us that are going to do it, which is really exciting, maybe even 5. So I think we're going to try to start like next Saturday. So give us a whole week and we're starting. So that would be the 19th, that's 7 days. So if anybody's interested in also knitting the Misurina by Caitlin Hunter, it's just going to be informal. It'll be fun. So I would, I think it's a cool little pattern. It doesn't look too intimidating. It's a circle yoke, top down. There are, in between the color work is cables, but they're very small. So I think it's doable for a newer person who has never done maybe a garment and or color work and or cables. I haven't made this thing, but the one girl that also joined in first said she's made a bunch of Caitlin Hunter patterns and they're very well written. So that's where we're at with this. All right. So if you stay tuned, I had mentioned like 4 episodes ago. In the one that I entitled Bye Meow, that I was trying to reach 2,000 subscribers. Well, I hit the 2,000. I never acknowledged that, and I need to say thank you to you all for following. So I am going to pull a few winners. I'm going to go get my laptop, and I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to insert, how many should we do? Let's say, for 2,000, we'll just double the 2 and make it 4, and I'm going to pick 4 winners from the comments of that video. So if you commented on that video, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm going to just insert some screenshots and names because I'm not going to go get my computer and do the whole rigmarole here. And so message me on Ravelry and or Instagram. All my info is down below. And you can pick a pattern from Ravelry. If you want the Misurina, we could probably do that. I'm going to try to keep it at $10 and less. I don't know how much Misurina is, but if it's more and that's the one you want, you let me know that. So I'm excited to make this pattern and make it with a few of my friends. So yeah. Also, after this, stay tuned. I burnt some pretzels. I was making a recipe, and you guys will hear all about it if you stay longer. And I'll show a video. I think I burnt them. They look burnt. I'm very sad. I'm very, very sad. I don't know what I did wrong. I think our oven is not calibrated well to the right temperature, so I probably should have lowered it and did it, and I didn't, so it's my own fault. Okay, so I am listening to the prequel of the Hunger Games books. I don't know the name of it, but I'm listening to it. I told you guys about it in the last episode, and so far it's really interesting listening. I'm doing the audiobook, listening to that, and hearing all about Snow when he was younger, and he was a mentor. It's very interesting. The other thing that I watched was the Netflix documentary. It's a 4-part series, and it's called Queen Cleopatra, and it was very good. And I mean, I've heard about Cleopatra. I didn't know so much of the background, so it was very, very interesting. You know, you only hear, like, the tidbits that, like, most people know, that she was, like, with Caesar and all this stuff, so I highly recommend going and watching that. I feel like not knowing anything about it, I feel like it was very well done, as long as, I guess, the perspective was, you know, like, they talk about the perspective of whoever wrote about Cleopatra would put her in the light of how they wanted to portray her. So I hope this really, like, is the most best and combined knowledge of her story, because it was so well, it was just really well done. So, all right, other than that, stay tuned, pick the winners, and then you can see my recipe that I believe has failed. So please take care of yourselves, take care of the people around you, check in on them, and, you know, do the things that make you happy to the best of your ability. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace, love, and happy crafting. Bye. Okay, everybody, so here is, I already put it in the comment picker. I had 37 comments. It's the video that was entitled Bye Meow. I don't have premium for this, so I just have to hit it 4 times. So start and pick winner. Ready? Leslie, not quite enough yarn. Thank you. All right, late watching again. Congrats on 2K. Sending all the hugs. He was a very special kitty. Yes, he was. I might cry if I read these comments. Okay, so Leslie, not quite enough yarn. We're going to pick another winner. We're going to hit start. Danielle Hayes. Girl, I'm sitting here bawling now. I'm sorry for the world losing your family member. Yes, yes. Thank you. I went and donated. He had diet kidney food that I had purchased, and I went to his vet today, and I took all the extras so they can give it away to people who A, need it, or B, need to try it. so they can decide if their cats are going to like it. So we did that today. So two more winners. So number 3, Theresa Moorhead. So sorry about your fur baby. Hugs to all of you. Congratulations. Way to go. So yes, thank you. I'm not reading the whole thing, but I really so appreciate everybody so much. All right, Theresa Moorhead, and one more. Ready? And Sue Emmons or Emons, oh man, I'm so sorry. I know how you feel. I lost my little best friend last year, and I'm still sad about it, but not as often. It just sucks. That is very true. It just sucks. So thank you to the 4 winners. Please, please, please. You can see Theresa Moorhead, Danielle Hayes, Leslie Not Quite Enough Yarn, and Sue Emons or Emmons. I apologize. But please, please, please message me on Instagram and or Ravelry, and I would love to get you all a prize because I appreciate every one of you to get my numbers up to 2,000. I just, I never thought I would get here. So here we are. Thank you. Love you all. All right. Bye. Okay, so if you've stayed tuned to the end of the video, thank you. So I'm going to show you a recipe that was a huge favorite recipe when I was little. It brings back a lot of really good memories. We used to make this at my best friend's house, and our moms were best friends, so we did a lot together. And so if you know what Snyder's pretzels are, Snyder's makes a line of pretzel pieces that are flavored like honey mustard and ranch, and I don't even know the other flavors. Honey mustard is my favorite, honey mustard and onion, but homemade ranch pretzels are the bomb. So I remember making these. The best part was always breaking up the pretzels, and they don't last as long. So just to warn you, they don't last as long as if you were to buy them store-bought, because I guess you're using less preservatives in them. We would keep them in the refrigerator because they would last longer. If you don't keep them in the refrigerator and you keep them in a Ziploc or a container, they only last a week. So just fair warning. So these are homemade buttermilk ranch pretzel pieces. So you do need to buy the big pretzels. So these are just the Utz brand. A big bag of these. The recipe that I had calls for 2 bags, but I'm just going to have it to make it. I have not made these since middle school or something. So yeah, I had to look up a recipe to get numbers because I wasn't sure. So I'm going to have it. So I'm going to do 1 big bag. This is 14 ounces. I think you can get 16-ounce bags maybe of the different brand, but whatever. So I'm going to use half of the ranch packet. And then you need olive oil. I'm going to use a cup of olive oil, and then 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, or 1 teaspoon, depending. You can change the flavor profile however you want. So you just mix up your seasonings in the olive oil. You break up your pretzels and you let them marinate in that, and then in the oven. So on parchment paper, 350, 15 minutes. Mix them around, 15 more minutes. If they're still a little wet, you can go a little longer because you don't want them to be wet and gross. You want them to be dried out. So there you go. I'm going to make these. So I'll show you a video of what they look like at the end of this. And yeah, I don't think anybody else in my family is going to want to eat them because John doesn't really. Do you eat pretzels? Yeah, he's not a pretzel eater. I'm not a huge pretzel eater, and Hazel don't eat pretzels. So we're going over a friend's house, so I'm going to take them with us for snacky snacks. So there you go. Homemade buttermilk ranch pretzels. Well, they're burnt. I definitely burnt them. Stupid oven. Yeah, they're not supposed to look that dark. They even taste burnt. Ah! All right, I guess I gotta try again. If you try it, don't burn them. There's your tip.